Hey everybody, Roxabox90 here with day 6 of Dragons of Tarkir spoilers. So we got a pretty cool stuff, and we're going to hop in and chat all about it. For those of you who missed it, I'm just going to quickly say here in case you missed the video, the 10,000 subscriber giveaway results were posted, so if you want to check that out and see if you're one of the winners, please do, because I want to hear back, and if I don't hear back from the winners, then guess what? There will be another opportunity for people who haven't been chosen to win. So winners, you want to get it, and losers, you might be winners. So definitely check it out. In terms of the spoilers, we got a lot to go through. Crater Elementals, 3 for an 06 wall. Pretty awesome flavor because it's 1 red, tap it, sack it, deal 4 damage to a creature. So 4 for 4, even though it's delayed a turn, but it is a wall. So limited, it's already really solid. Can trade, removal, seems pretty good for limited. Formidable, 3, has a base power 8. On the turn, activate this ability only if the creatures you control have total power 8 or greater, which basically means that if you finally get to, it's not a wall, so but if you get to the point where you're mid-game, you want to play this guy, he's an 8/6 for 3 at any given point, which seems really good in terms of a later game wall, in terms of a wall-ish effect, attacking, blocking. It's really a killer in limited. I don't see if it's powerful enough for constructed, even though it is versatile. It does work with things like Alicia, and it does have some recursion value in terms and removal value, on top of being a good blocker. But in Mardu and red, you probably want to be more aggressive on your 3-drop than this card is, especially because it doesn't have haste, so you have to wait a turn for it to be great. It's solid in limited. I don't think it's there for constructed, to be honest. And even in limited, it will be a card that requires the right place, even though it's powerful. Colligan's Command, 3 for an instant, choose 2, return target creature card from the graveyard to your hand. Target player discards a card, destroy an artifact, deals 2 damage to target creature player. So the way I see it happening most of the time is instant speed, shock, plus discard. That seems really good. I mean, of course, getting a creature back to your hand is also fine, but that's more for a limited effect. It's kind of a little slow for the Mardu style decks that would run it. And the 1 card discard for 3, it's instant speed. That definitely gives it a versatility, but it makes me wonder if Mardu style decks that are very aggressive would really want this card, because its effects are more control-y, if that's the right word. So I'm seeing it more as maybe a 1 or 2 of sideboard card for Mardu aggro decks, and then for decks that are more controlling, it might see a little more play. And that's, I mean, it's like all the commands. They're all really good. It's just the right circumstance. And limited, it's bonkers, of course. Then we have a card that actually, I forgot what it does because it's not in English. Here we go. Dragon Roar, 2 for an instant. As additional cost, you can reveal a dragon. This is a cycle. Deals 3 damage to our creature for 2. If you reveal the dragon, it deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. So 3 to our creature, 3 to a player. Seems really powerful for limited. Very solid removal. Is it there in constructed? Probably not. Mirror Mockery, I love this card. 2 for an aura. Whenever an enchanted creature attacks, you can put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that creature and exile the token end of turn. This is really cool because it's 2 mana to effectively passivism your opponent's card. Especially, think about this card plus Siege Rhino. It doesn't have to be your Siege Rhino. It could be your opponent's Siege Rhino. And that means if they attack, you get a token to block and also to do the effect every time he attacks, which is a form of neutering of cards like Siege Rhino. Or you could do it on your own creature, and then, yes, since it requires to be attacking, the card that comes into play will not be able to attack with it, which kind of makes it it just falls into play. But if you have ETB effects like Hornet Queen, like Siege Rhino, it's going to be a fun card. And of course, in things like Commander, this card is going to be really interesting to play around with. I like it a lot. Then we got a cycle of various kinds of removal, and they all fit the color. I don't know why there's no red one, to be honest. I don't know if they just didn't spoil it or what. Self-inflicted wound, sack a creature, green or white. And, I mean, pretty much they all, green or white, red or green, blue or black, black or red. They're all pretty well costed. They all are pretty versatile. They're all pretty good for limited, but they're more of a sideboard card. They're a lot of fun for limited environments. That's really where they're good, and I like them. Then we have Dragon Whisper. This card just looks freaking sweet. Is it so sweet? Let's see. 2 red for a 2/2. All right, value. It gains flying, because it can become dragon-like. 2, fire breathing. That's painful. I kind of wish that it was 1, but alright. Formidable. 6, put a 4/4 with flying into play. Realize this is instant speed. That's the real reason that it's, I think, mythic, to be honest, is at the end of your opponent's turn you get a 4/4, and then it's your turn again. It seems a sure way to overwhelm your opponent, and on a curve of aggro, it's a card that you could drop. It's worth its power. It can potentially evade, and it gives you long-term advantage. So it's pretty much what aggro decks would want. Yes, it doesn't have haste. That's probably its biggest weakness, but it seems like a pretty solid card all around. Limited, it's bonkers. Constructed, it's definitely viable. Will it get there? We'll have to see. So Lumgar's Scorn. 2, for an instant, you can reveal a dragon. Counter a spell unless its controller pays 1. That's definitely not worth it. But if you reveal the dragon or you control a dragon, you counter it. So it's a straight-up counter spell with no drawback if you control a dragon or reveal a dragon. Seems super powerful. I gotta say, this card's gotta see some play in Constructed. If dragons see any play in like blue-black control shell kind of thing, this card has to see play. I can't even remember the last time we had a almost pure straight counter spell with no real drawback. It's really powerful. Really, really good. I like it a lot, even though it has this issue of it not being that great without the dragon. Then we got Hedonist Trove. 7 mana for an enchantment. Enters the battlefield, exile all cards in target opponent's graveyard. You may play land cards exiled by it, and once per turn you may cast a non-land card exiled by Hedonist Trove. Read EDH card, which is pretty much what it is. What I like about it is, for Commander specifically, is that it takes care of an opponent's graveyard. You can play lands, which means it gives you a consistent later game land advantage, and you can cast a card 1 per turn. But even so, just having, by the time you get to mid to late game in Commander, that's awesome. They could easily have 15 to 20 cards in their graveyard. Very powerful Commander card, very fun. I like it a lot. Then, last up for today, we have the Shield Hide Dragon. 6 for a 3/3 flying lifelink. When it's turn face up, put a 1/1 counter on each other dragon creature you control. So we've seen this before, this kind of cycle. It's 6 for a 3/3 flying lifelink. I don't think it's worth it. Sorry. I don't. Not with what's in the set. And the Megamorph is okay, I guess, if you have some kind of dragon thing, but this cycle I don't think is as good as the other cycle that we've seen before. So those are my thoughts on today's spoilers. Let me know yours, put them down below in the comments section, and if you enjoyed the video, then please tap the like button if you're new to the channel. Check in and subscribe. As always, Roxbox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.